Hey, aloha kako. Whew, it's been a while, and the months of April and May were kind of crazy, so I apologize for not uploading any Mokuna lately. Hey, but I told you I'd come back. But yeah, there were so many things going on in April and May's not even over yet. Whew. But yeah, lots of cool things have been happening, such as going to a Janet Jackson concert, going to Suga's concert, going to Universal for the first time, traveling to LA for the first time, traveling to Miami for the first time. Oh, and doing the Kipai ceremony with Unukupukupu for Merry Monarch 2023. Speaking of Merry Monarch or Hula, today's Mokuna is going to be about how Hula Pele was banned within my ʻOhana. So when I was little, there were several stories that were passed down to my generation from our elders, and one of them had to do with my grandma and her ʻOhana, who were from Ka'u, Hawaii. Eo Ka'u Makaha. But yeah, so my grandma, although she was being raised on Oahu, her family is actually from Ka'u, and they were a hula family. So if you were watching my previous episodes about the man in the hallway, I eventually was revealed that the man in the hallway was my tutu man, who was a hula person. So yeah, hula was pretty prominent within my family up until my grandma's time. And during the era that my grandmother lived in, this was around the time where Hawaii was still a territory, but kānaka were still not in control of our own government, our own nation. Yeah, by that time we had already been overthrown and haoles were pretty much running the show. So their influences upon kānaka were still pretty strong, especially when it came to Christianity. So at a specific point during my grandma's hula training, she had to participate in a hoike. And for those who don't know what a hoike is, there's usually a time in your hula journey where you have to get up in front of people and showcase what you've learned. And my grandma's part in the hoike was to perform a Hula Pele set. And what I mean by that is she was going to dance a number of hula, particularly in dedication to Pele. So when it came time in the hoike for my grandma to get up and do her thing in front of everybody, supposedly when she started to chant, people in the audience, and before I go on, there were some members of my family who are already kind of against what my grandma was doing, because they were super Christian at the time, so they didn't see any value in what she was doing. In fact, they kind of saw it as like heresy. Yeah, like spooky Hawaiian stuff that we shouldn't be doing anymore, because we should be praying to Jesus and all that. So anyways, there were some family members, particularly male family members, who were in attendance at this hoike. And yeah, supposedly when my grandma got up to do her part, as soon as she started chanting, according to my grandma, it was kind of like she blacked out, and not like she passed out on the stage. For hula people who know, sometimes feels like something is taking over you when you perform. Yeah, so that was going on, and that's known as noho, or possession, which is not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing if you're a dancer. But anyway, so yeah, that was happening to her as soon as she started chanting. And I guess people in the audience, according to what I was told, they noticed that my grandma wasn't acting like herself when she was chanting. And when she started to dance, some of my ʻOhana said that it was probably the best dancing that they've ever seen, but it scared them because while she was dancing, they said it looked like there was somebody right above her, kind of up here, hovering while she was dancing. And to the super Christian family members in my ʻOhana, so they saw that and they immediately were like, no, we cannot have this. So as soon as my grandma finished dancing, according to what I've been told, she started to walk down from the stage, and then she kind of passed out, she fell to the ground. And then supposedly her grandfather got up, and then he picked her up and carried her out, and he made the decision that she was never gonna dance hula again. He even told the rest of the ʻOhana that ancient hula, and he specifically said that Hula Pele, no one in our family is allowed to do that ever again, because people are gonna judge us, and they saw it as an activity that was just full of sin. Yeah, they did not want that to be carried on anymore. They wanted to oki that, and for the Hula Pele and basically any ancient hula, they wanted it to be pau. They said no more of that kind hula in our family anymore. And they took the fact that my grandma passed out as a sign that see, it made her pass out, so that's not a good thing. It's hurting her, and it's gonna hurt our ʻOhana if we continue these things. So yeah, because of that, ever since then, there has been no ancient hulas dance within my family, which is crazy to me because when I came along, that's the only kind hulas that I like to do. Like my mom's generation, they love to do the ʻOhana hulas, and yeah, that's great. I'm glad that that part of hula carried on, but it just was never for me. So of course, tying this back into the present, so this year I somehow managed to get my mom to dance Hula Pele for the first time. Which is a huge achievement because she was all throughout her childhood and her entire life, pretty much up until now, she was led to believe that like Hula Pele was just not good and that it would bring, you know, harm upon our ʻOhana if we were to do that kind of stuff. So to have my mom participate with me and all of the other awesome Unukupukupu people in the Kipaipai ceremony for Mary Monarch was a huge accomplishment. And I don't know, I just thought it was amazing, and I was very proud of her and proud of myself for for just being present and participating and doing some Hula Pele together. But yeah, anyways, another awesome thing that my mom and I did together this year was I took her to her first Janet Jackson concert. Hey, Janet Jackson! So yeah, my mom was the one who introduced me to Janet when I was a keiki during my va'opio. So yeah, it was cool that not only did I get my mom to do a bunch of epic Hula Pele, but I also got to take her to see Janet Jackson for the first time. It wasn't my first time. And yeah, so I'm gonna end this Mokuna with a song from the Janet Jackson concert. And I just want to say that when we saw Janet, this song that I'm about to sing, she kept doing this thing where like she kept holding the mic out to the audience like, hey, you guys sing. Which was kind of irritating because me and my mom wanted to hear her sing this song. But anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna sing the song that Janet pretty much had us sing at the concert. And yeah, see you guys in the next Mokuna. Aloha. I heard from a friend today, and she said you were in town. Suddenly the memories came back to me in my mind. How can I be strong? I've asked myself time and time. I've said that I'll never fall in love with you again. So don't you stand there and then tell me you love me, then leave again. 'Cause I'm falling in love with you again. Hold me, hold me, don't ever let me go. Say it just one time, say you love me. The gods know I do love you again.